And the Anti-Hero broadcast is back. We have a hell of a show for you today. FBI agent steals $1 million in cryptocurrency and then feels bad. More flock drama. Are we out of missiles to fight Iran? And Russia targeting civilians in Ukraine. All that and more. Plus, our guest host filling in for Mike today. Here at the Anti-Hero broadcast, we'll say what you can't.
The information provided by the speakers and presenters on the Anti-Hero broadcast platform is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. Information does not represent the broadcast network and all entities involved. All information is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. Hurt feelings is not defamation.
The mainstream media should be ashamed of themselves.
We are the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar America. People are done with this fucking mainstream garbage down their throat.
Enough is enough. We can't lose our country. When do people draw the line and go, that's it?
You stand on 10 toes and you do what you think is right against the grain. You go against the current. And then when you come out on top, it's untouchable.
We are the Anti-Hero broadcast, so let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. We go live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Switch, and X. And if you are a fan of the show, please like and subscribe. This show is brought to you by Vengeance. Go to vengeance.com. That's VENJENZ.com. And use promo code ANTIHERO. You'll save 15% on all of their products, to include their brand new protein sourced out of New Zealand and manufactured right here in the United States. No soys, no GMOs, no artificial flavors or sweeteners, and no growth hormones. Guys, this is the premier protein. If you care what you're putting in your body, Vengeance is it. This is not the $20 jug of cocoa protein. This is it. If you care about your body and you care about the animals used to make the protein, go to vengeance.com. That's VENJENZ.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO. Save 15% off. And Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your suppressor. They have cans from everything from 22s to 50 cal. So exercise your Second Amendment right. Get yourself a suppressor. The process is not that hard. And Jim will walk you through it. Elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15%. The meetup, September 25th through the 27th in Clearwater Beach, Florida. That's where we're all getting together. If you're interested, let us know. We will let you know where the party's at, and you can come hang out with us. It'll be a great time. It's our chance to finally meet all of the 99%. We're going to do this once a year. So if you got time in September 25th through 27th, please hit us up. Come hang out with us at the beach. Discord. Don't forget to go to our Discord. Questions about the meetup answered in the Discord. The Discord is completely free. It's where the boys go hang out every single night. That's a great place to get to know us, the 99%. All the hosts on the Counterculture Inc. network are all in there, streaming games, streaming events. So go to the Discord. It's completely free. And if you need help with that, also message us. Patreon. Patreon's where you get to know. Is where you get to know. There you go. Me and Mike on a more personal level, we upload videos. We have Patreon lives about once a week where we go live strictly and solely for Patreon. And if you want more, go to the app. That is where the OGs are all at. That is our app. That is our platform we use to stay in touch with the 90%. It's like our own Facebook. You can post to the wall, or the Facebook wall, I guess, is an old school thing, but you can post to the app. You can join the discussion groups we have. That's the best place to message us. That and Patreon is where me and Mike are the easiest to get a hold of. So without further ado, Mike's on a field trip scouting and learning about PTSD dogs in South Florida. So to help us out and get the show rolling, we have Erik Levine from Two Cops, One Donut. Sorry, that's me and my OCD and my producer and his OCD trying to get you in at the same time. Erik, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for helping the show go through today. Happy to have you, man.
Appreciate it, brother. It's been a while, but you and I, we go back. We've done each other's social media platforms here quite a bit. So always
It's
happy
called
to be
Tyler
on.
Does Eric. You should go
Yeah,
YouTube it.
yeah, exactly. You can find that on our OnlyFans channel.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know about our OnlyFans channel, it's because you're not a part of the Cool Guy Club yet. So kind of look out for that. But no, appreciate you guys having me on, and yeah, hope to talk about some cool shit today.
So I know Eric very well, but Eric will be giving a deep dive on him, his background, everything about him and his show's success over the years. He'll be on the Life Raft podcast on the Counterculture Inc. network this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central with Jay and Jake. So if you want to know about Eric, make sure you tune in this Sunday to the Life Raft podcast. Let's get right into it, man. I like to kick it off with reflections. So, of course, I did not share my screen yet, so let me do that real quick. But we posted a video to Instagram this morning, which was an older episode of ours, where we reviewed. I forget where it's at, but it's in a city hall. And an officer goes and there's somebody peacefully sitting there waiting on something, not leaving, not causing a disruption. And the officer comes in and forcefully removes him. All right, let me share the screen now. Huh? Eric, your mic is a bit low.
Yeah, somebody said my mic's low. Is that on my end or on y'all's end? Test 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I mean, it's a little low. I don't know. I think that would have to be a physical setting on your mic setup. I don't think it's a software thing. I don't think you could go into StreamYard and like turn your mic up that I know of. Any guys in the chat that know StreamYard better than me, if that's a thing.
Do I sound louder now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I turned the mic volume up.
All right. So Eli, if you can share that, we shared this video. Like I said, it's a female. It doesn't matter that she's a female. I don't know why I keep saying that. I guess we're so used to crapping on a female. Is it not working, Eli?
It's not loading. You get to redo it.
Okay. We're off to a great start here.
I know. I'm just hoping my mic's coming across now. I don't want to waste good audio.
Louder.
I think it's louder.
Yeah, it's louder.
All right. So this video right here, she forcefully removes somebody peacefully sitting in City Hall. We put it in there. What we talked about was how, hey, what's the difference? Where do we draw the line at resisting arrest and committing a crime or defending yourself against tyranny? My vote in that argument, and it seemed to some people in the comments that weren't just straight cop haters, is that, hey, there's a time and place. There's a time and place. You have your time in court for your criminal proceedings, and you have obviously your lawsuit, which is going to pay out tremendously, right? So I would advise everybody not to fight the police unless they are morally and criminally, everybody's got to make their own call in life. Either way, during this, let me remove it now. We posted this today, and somebody reached out to us on Instagram and said the following. There's been an uptick. So they used to work at this agency. And they said there's been an uptick in community distrust in city government due to the flock cameras and some shady business dealings and bonds, etc. So these people have been going to the police department and city hall to get body cam footage and request records whenever they get kicked out of city hall meetings. We're just trying to use their time to speak about what's going on locally. This guy is one of those people. And then he was trying to get a notice of claim form from City Hall for the fact that he was going to enact a civil lawsuit. They called the chief of police here. The chief sent her. He's like, there was no actual call for service from the community. It was a direct order from City Hall to the chief and a direct order from the chief to patrol for her to respond. Yeah, apparently that chief, Greg Snow, the MPOA did an internal questionnaire for all the officers, and no one wanted that guy as the chief. And officers that tried to speak up were definitely handled, quote unquote. So that's where it gets in the nitty gritty of their problems, their business, their employment, their brotherhood that they got to fix over there. But it just goes to show you that, I hate it, man. I hate it when cops are used like stormtroopers, man.
Yeah, there's so that commonly gets gets misrepresented, that when you're unlawfully arrested, that you can fight back. Now, that used to be like an old 1800s, late 1800s common law thing. But courts have upheld that, especially like here in Texas. If you're being unlawfully arrested, you do not have a right to fight back physically. The only exception is if they are using excessive force.
Yeah.
So if the cop's going to tell you to put your hands behind your back, and then all of a sudden he's just beating the ever-loving piss out of you while you're giving up, then yeah, it makes sense that you would fight back. Or they come in shooting at you, anything excessive like that. But what they're saying is, even if you're being unlawfully arrested, and this is the common practice today, you have to fight that in court. You don't get to fight it with the cop in the moment unless it's excessive force.
Yeah. And I agree with that. And you've got to be able to articulate it as a citizen, right? Like
Yeah.
and I say that all the time. If you're going to pull the trigger on somebody, you got to be able to articulate to 12 people why you did it. And if you can justly articulate it, hey man, this guy's beating the bloody snot out of me. Or, and that's just, there's no clear cut answer. Once this happens, you can fight the police. But until this happens, you can't. It's not like that. It's just, you make a decision to defend yourself, and then it goes to the court hearings.
Yep. Yeah. It's and you get the outliers that are like, no, if they're unlawfully arresting you, you have every right to fight back. No, you run a real risk of getting hurt. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't understand why anybody would want to physically fight back in that moment when you can fight back in court and not get hurt, because it's a battle that you're not going to win. Even if you win against that one cop, the rest are going to come after you. It's not worth the battle, man.
Yeah, and this all stemmed from the flock cameras, and we've been covering that to a large extent. Mike, actually, my wife sent me a video and asked about what I'm about to talk about. And Mike said, hey, yes, it is a problem, but Flock is being the poster child for all of it. So Axon, all these, I forget all their names, but all these companies that are playing the fine line of, hey, constitutional rights, all that stuff. Flock just seems to be getting all of the flack of that.
They're the Kleenex of it.
Yeah, exactly. When you think about it, they're the Kleenex of all tissues. Yep. So here's what we have so far on this Flock stuff. An investigation by the public interest law firm Institute for Justice reveals a concerning trend of police officers using Flock surveillance cameras to stalk women. These automated license plate readers photograph millions of vehicles daily and upload location data to nationwide databases, allowing law enforcement to track car movements with remarkable precision. At least 50 law enforcement officers have been officially criminally charged or accused of misusing license plate reader databases for unauthorized personal surveillance.
I'm so glad you brought this up. You do know I'm an expert in this, right?
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Out of those 50 identified cases, at least 24 to 28 officers have been explicitly arrested or fired specifically for using the Flock safety network to stalk romantic interests, ex-partners, and spouses. In many instances, officers bypass department regulations to run hundreds of unauthorized searches without obtaining a search warrant, effectively turning taxpayer-funded technology into personal tools for intimidation and harassment. Alarmingly, internal department audits routinely failed to flag these suspicious search patterns. Most cases were uncovered only after victims noticed the tracking and reported the stalkers directly to law enforcement. Because these AI-powered systems operate without strict judicial oversight, civil liberties advocates warn that sensitive location histories remain highly vulnerable to official misconduct. As public awareness grows, the ongoing debate over unchecked police technology has led a growing number of cities and local communities across the United States to cancel their surveillance contracts and demand stronger legal protections for personal privacy. So Are you really an expert in this?
Yes. So this is actually what I do for a living. I'm a real-time crime center supervisor. So this is what we use. One of our bread and butters is license plate readers. And There is, first and foremost, let me say there's some validity to both sides, and exactly what they're talking about. I think there's a little misconception. I think some of those cases were found because the people that were being stalked noticed, but I think more importantly, there's been some new updates to these systems, and that is causing more people to be caught. So, Tyler, you used NCIC, right?
Yeah.
And you would hear occasionally officers getting busted misusing that.
Yes.
Yeah, so they get flagged. Somebody would look up, Michael Jackson or somebody, Michael Jordan, or an officer would get dumb and look up some celebrity or some. We had one when I was in the military. Looked up the president when Obama first got voted into office, because I was there for that transition. One of my guys looked up Obama. And that got flagged by the Secret Service like within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's a quick one. That goes right to a Secret Service DM.
Yeah, exactly. So stupid shit, right? But the problem with the NCIC is kind of like exactly what they're talking about in this issue is that these cops aren't being noticed misusing this software because it's really hard to audit. Think about a department that's got, let's just say, 50 officers. And all of them are using it. They're making their own hot lists and all this stuff, right? So somebody's got to audit that stuff. And that's a lot of information to go through manually by yourself. Okay. And I think more often than not, a lot of stuff would get missed because how do you look and see that there's something wrong? How do you look at somebody's entry and go, okay, that's not right? It's really hard to do. So because Flock has been getting all of this flack, they created an AI auditing system. This is brand new. This just came out a couple months ago.
Really?
So with this AI auditing system, it's like, all right, here's the parameters. Here's the behaviors we need to notice. And then it started flagging all these people. So you got guys like me that audit. And I see all these flags and I'm like, okay, now I've got something to work with. I can look and see exactly what these guys are looking at, why they're looking at it. There needs to be a reason. It needs to be associated with a case number. And these idiot cops that work in these, smaller agencies, not downing smaller agencies, guys. I'm just saying they typically
Idiots.
don't have the robust training and policies that everybody else gets at the larger agencies. Because we have a whole legal team that won't even let us use some of this stuff until we have policies and procedures to back it up. With that said, there's still a lot of work to be done. But with this new auditing system, that's why you're seeing so many in the media all of a sudden, is because they've been getting flagged. Cops have been doing what they're supposed to do on their audits. They see it, they investigate it, and they're like, you misused it, and now they're being fired or charged based on what they were using it for. And it's great. So as much as you don't like the Big Brother side of things, think of it as another way to weed out shitty cops. Because if this AI auditing system catches on, which I think it will, you're going to get all these other tech companies, because it's not just like you were saying, Tyler, it's not just Flock that we use. We use Clear. We use, let me think, what's the one where Leads Online. We use Leads Online. We use, there's all these different programs, TLO, that we use to investigate people. And there's no real auditing system for us unless we just manually go in and check people's.
And because it's private, like FCIC, correct me if I'm wrong. FCIC, the big old, the OG, that's not a privately owned company, right? That's owned by the government. Am I correct?
I think you're right.
So outside of that, I remember when I became a cop in 2016, the only thing that patrol had access to was David, which was our Department of Motor Vehicles one that's very useful. I'm sure every state has one where it's owned by the state, and that's where people started getting in trouble. FCIC, all the old school cops used to run old girlfriends or run girlfriends, and no one would ever get caught. But David was the first one that came out, and like I said, I came on when it had already been out, and they're like, if you do not play with this, like, you will lose our accreditation, you will lose our subscription for the entire department, like that. And so we were brought up on the severity of that, but we only had David and Finder, right? That's it. And now when I was on the road, I remember these license plate readers started coming out like 2000, they started really prominent like 2020, 2021, if I remember correctly.
I'd
And
say about 2017.
well, they would offer them to patrol, and you'd have to apply to get it, and then you'd have to have a class on how to use it. And I'm like, dude, I don't need 3 different companies to run license plates, because even as a patrol deputy, before I was on street crimes, I was like, I don't think it's necessary for patrol to be hounding LPRs. I was like, we have street crime units and TAC units for that, investigative units. Like, patrol with that LPR open, and could be argued the other way, I get it, but patrol is supposed to be responding to calls, looking out for each other, and they're sitting there like, oh, give me a stolen car, baby, give me a stolen car. And it's like, dude, you got like 2 burglaries on the board, man. Like, let's
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
I was always an advocate, even on patrol. I was like, we shouldn't be having this. But
yeah, it's it just depends on your department, how you guys are set up. Obviously, I won't mention my agency, but it's a large agency in North Texas, and roughly 2,000 cops. We've got over 1 million calls for service a year. It's a major department, and our patrol guys don't have time necessarily to be messing with license plate readers. But what they do have is the ability to see, just like you said, when the specialized units or the detectives have put entries in to go hit those alerts up. And then that goes down a whole other rabbit hole of how do we avoid these issues that we're having. And a lot of it goes into having policies and procedures in place before you start giving these kids toys. And that's what we're seeing. And they're getting these toys way before any policies and procedures are coming out.
yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And then they get the toy and they go nuts and they do stupid shit like that. I think there was one recently that they deposed on. He was working on the set of some movie or something, the cop was, and he saw one of the actresses and he entered her name and then like pulled her over, found out where she was at to a license plate hit, pulled her over. And
Is that the one that went viral?
yeah. Yes.
Okay, I did see that.
Yeah, moron. And I'm sorry, not sorry, but you deserve prison. If you abuse these very serious tools that can have an easy potential to overreach, you deserve to go to prison. And I'm a big fan of any law enforcement. It should be double the sentence for us. We want to live to a higher standard. That's one of the things we like to brag about. Well, then put your money where your mouth is. You sign up to be a civil servant, then you should know that you got double the sentence coming.
Yeah, I mean, as you're utilizing, you're essentially tyrannical government. You're an agent of tyrannical government, and
even though you're your own lone wolf doing stupid shit that maybe your department wasn't aware of, you're still a representative of the man.
Yeah, and I spend every argument I have with people is telling people, listen, dude, we are public servants there to enforce social contract theory, right? I'm an extension of the sheriff that you hired or the chief that was appointed by the mayor that you elected. Like, you elected these in some way, shape, or form. The people, in theory, elected these police leaders who then hired me. So I'm an extension of you. So I go out there and I try to find the guy that stole your lawnmower out of your shed. So because you can't go beat his ass, you'll go to jail too. So, and we're not stormtroopers of the government, but things like this.
Yeah, but that's oftentimes one of the problems. Latinas or blondes.
So this is one of your guys, because obviously my crew knows I'm going to say my wife.
Yeah. My wife, who sometimes she's a blonde, sometimes she's a brunette.
My wife's got that jet black hair. She's a black-haired baddie.
I keep trying to get my wife to do the
my son's over there moaning at the producer table.
I'm trying to get my wife to do the daddy trend. Have you seen those TikTok videos?
No.
Where they say, "Hey daddy, can you pass me the ketchup?" or something like that in front of all their kids.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Kids are like, what the fuck? Shit's funny, dude. Laugh my ass off.
I always thought my wife was at some point gonna do the thing where she has the kids be blatantly disrespectful as
like, shut up, mom, do it yourself.
Because I would see red. But it hasn't happened yet. But we laugh at all those videos.
Yeah.
So what's next on it? So viral reel of the day. I'm trying to do something where we break down a viral reel of the day. And this is one I gotta make fun of the Marines. I never make fun of the Marines ever because I have so much respect for the Marine Corps and what they stand for. But you gotta, I mean, holy crap!
Well, quick
This is
background for everybody listening. I'm Air Force. I'm still in the military. I know it doesn't look like it with the beard, but I'm in the reserves, so I do my time. But
do they let you keep the beard?
no.
You got to shave it.
Yeah, so I'm actually in something weird. I'm in the IMAs, so I'm attached to an active duty unit, and I get to schedule my time. So I do all 24 days at once.
Who's the guys? Is it your unit that in theory is like kind of like more high speed and reacting to something on base? What is that unit in the Air Force?
The security forces?
Yeah, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm SF. I'm SF, baby.
Hey, show me your sack of grenades over there.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God, it drives Army guys insane when I tell them I'm SF, because it's on my uniform. It's our patch. It's just a gigantic SF, and it's security forces, guys. If you're not familiar with the military, I'm a glorified gate guard. You come to the base, I check your ID, I salute you on like that. I watch airplanes. Don't get it twisted. I am not anything special, but we are technically SF. And so I play that card to drive SF guys crazy.
Don't you downplay it, but like dudes on the SWAT team where I came from, there was a bunch of dudes that were in the that unit where that's a very sought out unit to be on. So I mean, I don't know if it's a cake job, but you get fun toys, you get big boy rules, big boy schedule. It sounds like
the simple way to think of it is we're the infantry for the Air Force. That's really what we are.
Okay.
But we're not at the level of Army infantry.
Yeah, you'd say what everybody else says. You say I'm pretty much infantry.
Yeah. We're kicked. We're kicked to the bottom. Everybody loves us when they need us, but for the most part, wants nothing to do with us.
So this is if you go to boot camp for the Marines in either Parris Island, I think it's South Carolina, or you go to San Diego. This is the first thing you'll see. Is you'll be introduced to your drill instructor cadre, and you'll get this exact speech verbatim from a drill instructor. I don't know if it's the highest ranking one. I don't know if it's the lowest ranking one, but you'll get this speech. It is scripture in the Marine Corps, and that's why I love the Marine Corps. They don't deviate from anything. However, the candidate that they chose, which I could be sitting here talking shit, this guy could probably roll me up. He's probably 90 pounds, fucking brown belt for all I know. I have no idea, but it's just like at face value, I feel bad. But check this out. You're a new Marine, and this guy is addressing you.
We will treat you as we do our fellow Marines, with firmness, fairness, dignity, and compassion. Physical or verbal abuse by any Marine or recruits will not be tolerated. If anyone should abuse or mistreat you, I expect you to report such incident immediately to me or one of my drill instructors. Furthermore, if you feel I have mistreated you, I expect you to report such incident to your serious commander. My drill instructors and I will be with you every day, everywhere that you go. I have told you what my drill instructors and I will do. From you, we demand the following. You will give 100% of yourself at all times. Obey our orders quickly, clearly, and without question. Treat all Marines and recruits with courtesy and respect. You will not physically abuse or verbally threaten another Marine or recruit. Be completely honest in everything that you do. A Marine never lies or cheats.
I think we get the point. Is it a chick?
Girl. I think
no way.
I'm looking at the chat too. I'm not the only one that thinks that.
Really? My wife asked me that, and I said I didn't think so.
I mean,
I thought Marine girls had all Marine girls. DIs.
I would think, but fuck, I don't know anymore. Dude, I'm sorry. There's a look and a feel of a drill instructor. And that is not. And listen, I'll be the first to say I'm chair force, guys. Like our boot camp is not known for it being like the Marines or the Army. So
You got bicycles, bro.
yeah. Well, what I like to tell people is like, look, the Army and the Marines, you don't have to have the highest ASVAB score in the world to get on there, and it
Yeah.
takes you idiots a little bit longer to learn all the same shit we learn in 8 weeks. So that's why our boot camp's so much shorter.
Yeah, that's a good point. Tac Redax said, "Where's a Marine when you need one?" Like they're everywhere until we actually need a Marine right now to give us some context to this video.
Right.
We have no Marines in the chat.
Yeah, dude. There's no. How do you develop the respect? Like, there's got to be that intimidation factor. How do you have your sleeves still loose on a uniform that they intentionally tighten the sleeves?
Because they can't get them any tighter.
They can't get them any tighter. Like, I don't get it.
He picks them up
You
from
have
the
the
dry
sleeves
clean.
taken in.
The tailor, like, so we cannot get them. Oh wait, I told you we'd be PG. Sir, we cannot get them any tighter. Like they're already this big. You have to put like toddler pants for your arms.
Yeah. Yeah. If people are wondering why Tyler's being somewhat PG for the show, it's because of me, guys. I'm still an active cop and I can't do anything that would embarrass my department. So he's being nice.
Yeah, to be
I
fair.
apologize.
To be fair, we're just going to say here, Erik doesn't know anything about this show. He doesn't know what kind of platform he's going on. He's just got an invite. And
Nope. I just do. My boy invited me, so I was like, let's go.
we have a super chat for $2. This is what your guy, Seth Social, asks you, smash next question, drill sergeant, dude or not?
I'm going to say not a dude.
That's definitely a Subaru driver.
Kyle said that it's AI.
What? Kyle who?
That guy, Kyle. He said, senior drone instructor, May, was it? Bring that is AI.
Okay.
Do we know that or are we just guessing?
He said, yo, he just AI shrunk Sergeant May.
Who's Sergeant May?
I have no idea.
All right, we're going to have to get to the bottom of this, guys. Send me some factual information and we
Yeah.
can put it up on the screen. I would like to know more.
Whale
Okay,
T.
so-
Moan said that it's a 12-year-old boy.
My dad was a Marine. He was recounting some military stuff. Sounded like a 300-pound Alvin the Chipmunk.
Helium balloon.
Somebody said, Harrison asked, did you just click on a random link on the web? This looks like a fun show.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's our viral reel of the week.
Well, I hope to God that's AI.
Bravest said that he's pretty sure it's an old clip.
Well,
Maybe it was
old
like
or
a
not.
Maybe it was a Make-A-Wish.
Oh, that'd be a lot to ask a kid to.
Oh God, how bad would we feel?
Well, and I'd be pretty impressed with a kid if he could remember that creed or whatever that was.
Maybe that was his goal in life, was to be a Marine. And he knew he wasn't going to make it.
I'm sitting here, baby.
My bad.
No, I don't care. I think it's hilarious. Let's talk missiles in the Iran war. So clickbait they'll draw you in and say, are we running out of missiles? As it turns out, most likely not. And here is why. Let's see here. The U.S. has used nearly all of its stockpile of long-range missiles in Iran war, sources say. The U.S. has nearly used all of its global stockpile of long-range precision missiles during the war with Iran. Specifically, the U.S. has used virtually all of its Army tactical missile systems, known as ATACMs, and precision strike missiles, the sources said. Reuters went on to report that the U.S. had used virtually all of its long-range precision missiles during Operation Epic Fury. CBS News has previously reported that the U.S. has dwindling stockpiles of defensive interceptors and long-range missiles, which has become pressure point with the administration, and the U.S. cannot sustain the rate at which its extended precision munitions early in the war with Iran. U.S. officials said that they are limited inventories of the ATACMs and precision strike missiles, in that the most pressing concern involves the number of Patriot missiles in terminal high altitude area defense interceptors, which have been used faster than the industry can replace them. So, now here's the thing: they got to be manufactured somewhere and then sent over there, right? We're not striking Iran from here, but
Yeah.
let me see if I can find the other thing I had on that. Nope, not that.
Kyle
I
said
asked
that
old
was-
Chat GPT. I said, "As the U.S. almost out of stockpile on the missiles against Iran?" It said, "Based on their current reporting, the answer appears to be yes for some key missiles categories, but no, the U.S. has not exhausted its entire missile inventory." We already read this part. They said some reports indicate that yes, we were right, and the things we said are nearly exhausted in the operational inventories. Tomahawk missiles are roughly 50% of pre-war stocks may have been fired. That being said, there are some important caveats. The Pentagon has not publicly released exact stockpile numbers, so many figures are based on reporting from defense officials speaking anonymously and independently. The U.S. still possesses thousands of types of missiles and precision-guided weapons, so it's not out of missiles. Defense officials have acknowledged that replenishing certain high-end munitions will take months to years, depending on the weapon system and how quickly production can be increased. Strategically, this matters because the long-range precision missiles and weapons are also considered essential for deterring or fighting potential conflict with near-peer military such as China. That has prompted the Pentagon to accelerate procurement and increase production capability with major defense contractors. So, in conclusion, while the U.S. has not used almost all of its entire missile stockpile, credible recent reporting indicates that several of its most important long-range precision missiles in inventories have been severely depleted, creating concerns about readiness until production catches up. AKA, I think we can handle Iran. It's what happens if something else were to kick off and we're wasting our munitions on this stupid war with Iran.
I think it's a psyops that we're really good at doing. There's no better way than to goat your enemies into trying to do something brash than making them think you're weak somewhere that exposes them. So
Really, I love that.
I'm a strategic thinker. So if I wanted to goad them out and say, all right, we need to get them to attack Ukraine, for instance, and figure out where some of their shit's at. Let's start putting out there that we're running low on missiles. See what they do. Now, I acknowledge Ukraine got the shit bombed out of them recently. And I don't think you could have 1 million Tomahawk missiles. Something's going to get through.
Yeah.
So there ain't anything you can do about it. They did really good against the drones, but ballistic missiles that close, like, good luck.
Kid 94 said Black Cat Fireworks are getting a contract. Hey, the war machine keeps turning, and when money's involved, people are going to put all their moral dilemmas away. And but Marquise 0311, one of our big supporters, is over there on Twitch watching us. My question for Flock: my patrol division does not seem to have access to our municipality's cameras, only detectives. Collectively, patrol has been sharing a single Flock account. How jammed up can we get? Patrol uses it to locate bolo vehicles stolen and motor vehicles, people with active warrants, etc.
I would say you could get jammed up pretty quick because you shouldn't be sharing a one access point. Because then if you get audited, who's the person behind the keyboard?
Do you think they could, through a more long-term investigation, do you think they can find the terminal that used it or no?
Oh, they could probably find the terminal that used it. Absolutely. But I think that should be a safeguard, a gatekeeping, if you will, at any department, that there should be no shared accounts ever. Everybody should have their own individual ID'd user access. So then if somebody does do something stupid, then they get busted.
Agreed. Let's move on to our FBI agent. Let's move on to the man of the hour.
I like this one.
So, I don't know how this isn't major news, but FBI agent accused of stealing $1 million in cryptocurrency said he was frustrated with the FBI.
Because it's fake money.
Interesting. Okay. A magistrate. Oh, well, I don't feel like watching a video on it. It's like 5 minutes long. Magistrate judge found probable cause Tuesday to move forward with a case against an FBI counterintelligence agent accused of stealing almost $1 million in cryptocurrency. According to a federal complaint, Patrick Yarrock told investigators he became frustrated with the FBI and had been in possession of the cryptocurrency since last year. Last week, Yarrock, 37, contacted an employee with the Department of Justice via the Signal app and asked to meet to discuss a personal matter. According to the complaint filed in federal court, the two met FBI headquarters before moving the meeting across the street to DOJ building. Yarrock decided to tell the DOJ employee about his actions because of the shame, and he knew what he was doing was wrong. The complainant said Yarrock said he was eating him up inside and he wanted to get it off his chest. Yarrock inquired about criminal exposure. The DOJ employee instructed Yarrock that it was very serious. He should get a lawyer. In approximately November 2024, during his investigative work, Yarrock was exposed to adversarial cryptocurrency accounts, the complaint said. At this point, Yarrock described himself as spinning out of control. Yarrock claimed that he was frustrated that the FBI could not or would not act against adversarial cryptocurrency accounts. The complainant does not specify which adversarial accounts it belongs to. Yarrock, who is married with one child, I don't know why that matters, according to the complainant, told FBI agents he memorized the passphrases from the adversarial accounts. Yarrock decided to take matters into his own hands and transferred funds from the adversarial cryptocurrency accounts to his personal wallet. The complainant said in late 2024 and early 2025, Yarrock began transferring the cryptocurrency 10 to 12 times. As the FBI began investigating Yarrock's story, it filed search warrants for his home, computers, phones, and car, and found a question Yarrock allegedly asked ChatGPT, according to the complaint. On June 4th, 2026, Yarrock asked ChatGPT, if you had a bucket of money around 1 million and you wanted to leave the U.S. and become a resident or citizen of a EU country, what would you do? The complaint said ChatGPT responded, given everything you told me, option 1, Portugal, my top choice for your specific situation. The judge Tuesday had trouble deciding whether to release Yarrock from custody, indicating she may release him to a third party, but wants more information first. Yarrock will spend at least one more night in the Alexandria City jail. At one point, Yarrock's hearing, he turned to look at his wife and parents, then turned back around, buried his head in his hands, and wept. And that's all we have. So what's it sound like to you? What's an adversarial account? I don't know what that is.
China.
So does it sound like this guy was investigating something legitimate and it didn't have like a home, so he took it? Like,
to me, it sounds like it's something counter-terrorist related.
Okay.
And
that's what he did.
And he's trying to say, like, hey, you're letting them use these funds going back and forth. Well, if they're going to use it for bad acting, I'm just going to take it. He basically Robin Hooded that shit.
Yeah, like, hey, you're not doing anything about it, so I can do something with it.
Yeah, and now the real okay, here's a controversial take on this. Is that real money? In the eyes of the law, in the eyes of the law, I don't think that that's real money. It's not legal tender.
I couldn't tell you anything about cryptocurrency, dude. I couldn't tell you anything about fucking all the things that people have constantly spent their money on for the last 20 years that has resulted in absolutely nothing.
Right.
I'm terrified of it because, I own 3 companies now, and I don't know, hey, the simplest company I own is an apparel company. When they're like, hey, cryptocurrency people can start paying with, I'm going to have to learn cryptocurrency. I don't know what that is, but that still hasn't happened yet. It's 2026. Everybody's been investing Bitcoin. That's what they're investing in and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard one success story from it yet. And everybody pressures me like it's CrossFit. Dude, you got to do it, man. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I think I'm not much of a gambler. So I think I'm going to wait for everyone else to either make it or break it before I give my money.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing tangible. So that's part of the problem. And the other problem is it's not worth anything until you trade it in to somebody that's going to give you money for it. So
Yeah.
I've got family that he had 8 Bitcoin when it was full Bitcoins, when they weren't worth over a penny. And technically he's sitting on, you know, a shitload of money, but it's not worth dick until he gives it to somebody that's willing to give him money for it.
Yeah. That's a good
So
point, dude.
it's risky. But with this guy, like, I'm looking more at it criminally. Like, what? It's evidence for sure. So you're messing with evidence chain. So I could see that charge, but it's not embezzling. It's not.
Really? You think so?
I don't think it's embezzling because it's not money. Real money.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It's like money in theory.
It's digital code that can't be turned into legal tender. It's different if you hack into a bank and you start
steal. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stealing. That's because that's still code. But it translates into actual money. Where this, I don't know. I am playing devil's advocate, but
yeah, no, but it's a fair argument, and it's the one I didn't even think about. Is that like it's like saying you physically assaulted a ghost. It's like it's not real. It's not, I mean, I get it. You saw it,
right?
You see it. It's there, but it's not real. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
and
a
here's
fucking hologram.
The IRS doesn't treat cryptocurrency as currency. They treat it as property.
Oh, okay.
So if the IRS isn't even saying that this is currency,
then you can't be treated like currency when you're using it to charge somebody. There's a billion charges here. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, there's charges here for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely criminal charges, but I don't know if we're necessarily going after money. So
man, that's a good point. And I don't think we'll ever go to cryptocurrency as a sanctioned currency because I don't know, I've heard stories from, you know, the financial detectives that have told me like, dude, if you don't have like a password to a purse, you're not getting in. Like there's no getting it. If the person, you're going to have to torture the person who knows it. And if they don't give it to you, the wallet, sorry, it's called a wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a lady, it's a purse.
Yes, you can call it a purse if you want to, but a wallet, a crypto wallet, there's no getting that passcode. It's either whoever knows it tells you, and you can even get a search warrant for it, and they have to legally tell you.
Yeah.
Or they just don't have to tell you because they won't. I don't know, dude. It's all crazy. It's like, you know, why hasn't the federal government legalized marijuana? Because there's control factors that have to be done in order for it to be sanctioned. Like, you know, and there's just, you know, what's impairment when somebody smoked weed? Like, of course, if you avidly smoke weed, you're always going to have THC in your system. So are we, you know, like, let's look at DUI. Are we just doing it based on, hey, the only thing we can use is field sobriety tests? Like, because they're going to blow over they're going to blow zero with alcohol, but they're going to test with THC in their system. But what if they smoked in the morning or 4 days ago? So you can't use that. So it's literally just field sobriety tests to show impairment by what would have to be a DRE.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing is AI is developing so quickly. I hear that AI can crack people's wallets or purses.
Really?
Given enough time. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's way beyond my skill set. I don't know. There's a guy on our YouTube, Harrison Brock. You may see his name pop up from time to time.
I saw him.
He's our super genius, computer engineer type guy. He knows all this shit. I saw him say something earlier. The Bitcoin's currently worth 64,000 a coin.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It means
it sounds cool. If I was trying to sell you Bitcoin,
yeah. The value that it holds according to their market is $64,000 per coin. If you were to translate it over to US dollars.
You are right, Marquise. He said, I am logged into both. I assumed it gives a double view trying to help out the Twitch side of the platform so they can get verified on here. Yes, thank you. a lot of the guys, we have currently 2 people watching on Twitch, and that's most likely Donut and Marquise. And every little bit helps. We're starting Twitch from the ground up, so we'll see.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I've got a Twitch channel. I don't use it that often because they're so sensitive. They're like TikTok as far as their sensitivity, and you get a lot of stuff that gets flagged. So,
Oh yeah, like the videos we show currently,
yeah,
somebody sent one of our big supporters, Juliet or Julia, or I don't her
It's Julie.
Julie. I'm the worst. I see their names and I read them in my head all the time, but like I don't sometimes spell them out right. Julie, huge supporter of us. She wanted us to talk about the guy in South Florida that like tried to kill himself on like live stream. Did you hear about that?
no.
I'm not going to play the video. Hold on. The video is pretty gruesome. It's not gruesome in the sense that he really hurt himself, but it looks really bad. He just like actively started slicing his body open, like a severe mental breakdown to the point where
was it that something
Perez Hilton.
Yeah. He used to be like an influencer early on with like E and shit, I think, when that
Yes. Yeah, same
thing.
guy.
Yeah.
And he just had like I watched the video right before we started. Someone sent it to me, and it's not something you could put on YouTube. When like WWE when they do the razor on the head and then
Right.
it looks like a bloodbath, but it's from one. That's what it looked like, and you could tell he has superficial lacerations on him, but nothing like it's not like, oh man, you need to get. But it's very, 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 very disturbing and demonic looking. And he's on a live stream, and his friends are like, "Dude, what are you doing, man? You need." And they got him into a hospital. But that is
The question is, how many views did it get him? Was it worth
that
it?
is a question because
Was it worth it?
And was it on Twitch?
Oh shit! Yeah, was it on Twitch? Yeah. Well, that got taken down and demonetized. But however, on every other platform now, he's got another 1 million subscribers.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe it was just a cry for help. Maybe it was just a publicity stunt. He was like, "Man, I need to get my view count back up."
Yeah, I've been irrelevant for too long. Because I can tell you right now, I don't think I've ever sat and purposely watched anything that guy's done.
I learned about him this morning. There's another thing I want to talk about. Before we go to commercial break?
Oh, you have commercial breaks. Look at you.
Yeah, in case you got to pee or anything like that,
I just go.
So
I'm hooked up to a Gatorade bottle.
no, we had a commercial break. I've been pissing in this bottle, dude.
Got a Gatorade bottle hooked up like I'm in an undercover car.
So did you hear the thing? I mean, you do BJJ, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the thing about Jonah Hill?
Poor guy. He's not gonna live that one down.
Yeah, he said it on a podcast or a live show or something like that. And somebody found old video footage of him grappling in a private studio, and that could have been day one. I mean, I would
he
look
had
like
blonde hair. Like he didn't even look the same. He was much larger.
So
yeah,
but he's never living it down. Because to me, I've always respected martial arts in general because of the discipline that it instills in you. Martial artists that I know have never once, they're just not cocky people because they can do it. They don't have to compensate. So they're the most humble people, truly humble, not like fake, like SWAT humble. Like have to, hey, did you know I'm humble? Like, yeah, we know you're humble, dude. Like really, truly humble people that are good human beings because they are a warrior in a garden, essentially. So I've always respected that about martial arts. I don't do BJJ, but if I had to pick one, it seems like the most practical one to do. I've been to lots of what do they call them? Dojos. What is a BJJ? Gym.
Yeah, gym's fine.
I've done some things at gyms, and the level of respect as an outsider. You walk in, they talk to you like an outsider, dude. They're very polite, but the people that belong to that gym walk in and they do their thing, and that there's a huge level of respect, and you got to earn your way in, but they treat you really right. So just for some perspective, somebody compared Jonah Hill to Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy got his interest in fighting when he was in the movie Warrior back in 2012. But the article read Jonah Hill and Tom Hardy both trained Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but their mindsets on the mats could not be any more different. Jonah recently went viral for talking tough about his training. He stated that he used to be bullied by guys who trained BJJ, but now he uses it to confront his insecurities and escape becoming a workaholic. Hill famously warned his critics with a very aggressive message, I would effing annihilate you, dude. Try it. If you see me, try it, dude. Lots of insecurity spilling out there. Meanwhile, Tom Hardy is an actual brown belt who quietly enters and wins real tournaments. Despite his massive fame, Hardy approaches the sport with complete humility. Hardy explained how terrifying it is to step on the mat against a regular guy. Going down, and this is a quote, going down to the local sports center to fight some bloke, because he's British, who you've never met before is terrifying. He elaborated further on the humbling nature of grappling. He said, going out on stage, you can kind of blag it. It's not quite the same as someone sitting on you and trying you up like a pretzel. It's very humiliating in the right way. So it's like, you know, and I have seen that. I remember when Tom Hardy went viral when he just entered a BJJ tournament and he won. And everybody's like, that's fucking Tom Hardy. Like, and the memes were coming out like, does the guy that just lost to Tom Hardy, like they were like, imagine having a bad day and then losing to a celebrity like Tom Hardy.
But Hardy's known. He's known for being like a tough dude. Like he's not a prima donna style actor.
No,
like
he's not.
He's got a great reputation, and I think that's where Jonah he got that blue belt boldness, as I like to say. I actually shared a link in the private chat. If you guys do play that, it's another black belt that rolls with some of the Gracie family, and this idiot challenges him, like says that he does jujitsu, and all you hear this very humble doorman say is, "Oh, you do jujitsu? Show me your fucking jujitsu." And then he pulls out his phone and shows him standing with two Gracies and all of their black belts together. And the dude gets punked and walks away.
All right, I'm going to play it. Prankster tries to intimidate bouncer.
Dude, it's greatness. But that goes to your point when you're talking about the humbleness of most black belts and people that do practice this stuff.
It's not popping up.
It should be at the bottom.
You have to redo it.
Yeah, you got to roll down. It's not right at the top.
No, it won't let me put it.
Yeah, it's not letting you do it for whatever reason. It's letting me do it. Okay.
Yes.
I just don't know if there's sound.
Show me fucking jujitsu.
Oh,
You're close. And
why are you touching me?
I'm not touching you,
Mr. Bald Man. Why are you touching me?
First of all, that's you cannot call me bald. But
you are bald, Mr. Clean. So why would you?
It's nice though.
I was trying to order food. Why are you touching me?
I'm not touching you.
Want to get folded like a lawn chair right now?
You do jujitsu?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, do you?
Show me.
Show you? Keep
Show
touching me.
Show
Keep touching me.
Show me. Show me fucking jujitsu.
Psychopath.
Show me fucking jujitsu.
Hey, get out my face, bro.
Get the fuck off my face, kid.
Get out my face, bro. Get back inside right now, bald man. Touch me, man. Come on, Billy Badass. No.
You want me to call the cops for the trespassing?
I was trying to order food and you're being a jackass. Where's the manager? No, I need the manager now.
You're being disrespectful for us.
Right there? You work there?
No, I'm driving.
All right, yeah. Let me find out you work there, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love it, dude. I fucking
oh
love
my
that
god!
video.
You could see that's what I'm talking about. You could see that that discipline go back to him when he shook his head, like it's not worth it,
Yep.
and he walked away. Like that's that mindset where you know you could crush somebody, and the discipline is teaching you it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know.
I just love the flex of showing you with the lineage of the people that put jujitsu on the map everywhere. Is the Gracie
That was the
family.
Gracies.
That's the Gracies he's in that picture with. So funny. Yeah, it's Helson Gracie. Relson is how it's spelled, but I believe it's pronounced Helson or Elson.
All right.
I don't pronounce the R. Yeah.
We're gonna take a commercial break. If you got to
Word.
pee, go pee now. If not, forever hold your pee.
I'm going.
I'll be right back.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
And we're back. The show is also brought to you by Crave. Go to trycrave.com and use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your creatine gummies. 30% more muscle, up to 30% more strength. And the best part is the cognitive function that has come with the studies of creatine. It shows that it makes you actually smarter and function better in your mind. So go to trycrave.com and use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your creatine gummies. And if you don't like it, they're going to give you your money back. Trycrave.com, promo code ANTIHERO15, save 15%. And Counterculture Inc. Studios. You need a thumbnail made. You need an intro made for your podcast. You need a website done for your business. You need a design done for your business. You need an app done for your business. Go to Counterculture Inc. Studios or ccinkstudios.com. Get yourself an estimate and a quote. Listen, guys, don't pay $70,000 for an app. Don't pay $40,000 for an app. Don't even pay close to that. Don't pay $7,000 for a website. See, the problem is that nobody knows how to code. So the people that know how to code are able to mark that up like 400-500% up when it should be for the labor that they do. Counterculture Inc. Studios take that into consideration and realizes that most people can't afford $40,000 for an app. Counterculture Inc. Studios will price it very, very, very fairly compared to the competitors, and then they're going to give it to you in a timely rate. So you want something done in a week, trust me, Counterculture Inc. Studios will do it in a week. I know because they did all of our websites, they did all of our apps, they did everything. They've done everything for Antihero, the intro, everything Antihero is done by Counterculture Inc. Studios, and most of the stuff on the Counterculture Inc. network is done by Counterculture Inc. Studios. So if you know anybody that needs a website, needs an app, anything like that, hit up GA at Counterculture Inc. Studios. He'll give you a quote.
Hey, how much creatine per gummy?
It's 1.5. So you take 3 and you actually get, it's like 1.5 something. If you take 3, you get 5 grams. So
5 grams.
So you got to take your 3 gummies to get your 5 grams a day.
Okay. Yeah, I do 5 grams twice a day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do 10.
Aren't you supposed to get your reservoir up and then only do 5?
I've got because I work out twice a day.
Why don't you just say, because if you want to be small and weak, Tyler, you can do that, but I'm not.
Yeah. Well, you're bigger than I am, bro. I'm only 188 pounds.
I'm big in the bad way.
Yeah. I'm military strong. Like that's
that's what I tell people. I'm military strong.
Yeah, like I fit in the uniform and look like I'm supposed to. It's not necessarily the strength I want to be. There's no room for big daddies anymore in the military.
No, that
We're
old
doing
tape
the whole
thing.
Waist measurement thing and all that stuff now.
Creatine is, if you listen to my ad read, Michelle.
That's my mom.
Oh. Yeah, creatine. I mean, it's used for muscles and it's used for, you get strength. I know people that were a quarter of my size that can lift 4 times more weight than me. But if you want to get that water around your muscles, it's good, I guess. And they're arguing now that it's good for your brain.
Yeah, it's good for your brain, muscle recovery, and all that stuff. So when you work out and you lift, especially if you lift actual weights, helps for the building of the muscles and lack of loss of muscles too. So Joe said, Michelle sounds hot. Well, Michelle is in her 60s. So, and is my mom. She's single, though. I'll get you her digits. She's up in Michigan.
Oh, gosh.
Do you
This
like
creatine-
Flint?
Does your mom live in Flint?
She's just outside of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did. Flint was able to get a whole Netflix documentary about
I
it.
know. Several of them.
I know. They didn't even cover the water very much in that one.
I know. Yeah, we had Flint Town. They had the water crisis, and then you had back in the day Roger and Me with Michael Moore.
Flint Town, an amazing show. Amazing show. I love that show.
Did you see all the rights violations that they did when they were searching people and just?
I watched that. I want to say I watched that before I was a cop, or I was a brand new cop. That show is really old.
Yeah,
got to be like 10 years old.
Yeah, that's good shit. I don't use creatine or protein powder. I eat real food. Yes, I can do more real pull-ups and bench press. Well, some people's genetics are just awesome, Kyle.
You do, Kyle. You do look like somebody that could bench 4 or 5.
Yeah,
times.
I'm sorry.
Just by
that you
your
got-
like head
you got
profile
fucking
down to
Viking DNA over there. I'm over here stuck with little Italian puss.
yeah. I got
puss
like
muscles.
I got Eastern European Slavic genes running through me. I get big naturally in the stomach area, not anywhere else. Somebody asked if oh, that's your mom. Somebody asked if it hurts your running.
No,
I
I run and swim all week long. No.
All right, let's move on.
All right, bro.
Is Twitchy Sketch yours?
Yep, Twitchy Sketch. That's actually one of my mods.
I was gonna say he's got the little wrench there.
Yeah. Twitch is awesome.
All right. Let's do something that Eric wanted to bring up.
Oh.
Which is cops that you explained it better. I'll let you explain it. I got the
So,
video.
There's this trend with first responders where it's like they'll play a sad song in the background and then they'll show them like they won't talk and they're showing the struggle of being a first responder and that, you know, basically thank me for my service shit and you
Yeah.
don't know how hard the struggle is and all that stuff. And some of them will cry, some of them will just, and I hate it. It's so fucking cringy. It does not belong in the culture of policing. That is you trying to get clicks. You had to edit, get yourself in a mood, do all this bullshit. You're an actor. You're a fucking actor is what you're trying to be. And you're trying to play it off like it's about people's mental health and well-being. It's not, I don't buy it.
It's been
call
going on.
bullshit.
It's been going on for a while. The guys that
has.
do the shootings, like I'm responding to a active shooter. I'm calling my wife, like to tell her I love. Like this is borderline like mentally ill stuff. Like
Yes.
ugh.
Yes.
Ugh.
100%. 100%. And in that one particular video that, dude, it sent,
Yeah, that one.
sent me over the top, dude.
He looks like a goober first, but many could say I look like a goober, so I can't use it at face value. But let's see what this reel is all about.
It's time for your next adventure.
I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow.
How exciting.
Police! No!
Gotcha!
Eric, I think honestly, first off, we should just treat this with respect. I believe that man is a homosexual, and there's nothing wrong with being a homosexual. But I feel like homosexual men have, like maybe their emotions run a little bit more rampant because that's what a female teacher would post. If you saw that as a teacher, you'd be like, makes sense. They say that all the time. They're womanly, they're motherly, they love all of their students. Every year is. I've heard many teachers say it's really hard because you get to know all these students and then they leave and you get, it's like constant disappointment because they all leave. That's something a female teacher would post, not the warrior of the school. Not the ones.
I'm going to lean into it's a mental health issue. It is a addiction to getting clicks and likes and wanting people to follow you. Uh, and oh my God, dude, I can't with that. Like, even if a teacher did that, I would have a problem with it. But the
Yeah.
other part is he's in a patrol car.
Yep.
He's using tax-funded equipment to make his shit. Now, I can't tell what department it is. So, and he may be a badass SRO, but that is not a good look.
That's I mean, that's a stretch. I'm based off what merit?
Yeah. And for those wondering what SRO is, because it wasn't really explained, but I think it's common sense, but it's a school resource officer. So, and for your guys that watch, if they're like, man, Levine always likes to explain things. It's the educational side of me. That's what I do on my podcast, is I try to educate you guys. I'm sorry. I'll step off my soapbox for explanation and cop-splaining shit.
No, you got to, man. Lots of our viewers aren't cops. Lots of them are,
Yeah.
but lots of them aren't. And they'll stop us every time and be like, I don't know what the hell that means. But I mean, that guy, he had the red nose. Like, it was either he was really, really, really crying, or he really, really played that part. And I don't know which one's worse.
Bro, you had to edit that. You had to
You
set it
had to
up.
look at that multiple times.
You were like, all right, yeah, here's the right angle. All right, let me start thinking about shit that'll make me cry. And then, all right, and record. And then, okay, so he had to do this too, right? Like, I don't know if you can see me on the screen, but he was like, all right, am I in frame? No, let me get over here. Am I good? Yeah, I got, okay, record. Like, he had to get in frame, make sure everything was set up right. We're content creators. We know this. Yeah. I do it. When you guys
I have
see
to do
my
it sitting
reels
here
and stuff, I'm walking around with a selfie stick in my backyard like a little teenage girl. Like, I understand the side of that. But I'm not playing off like this is some devastating emotional trauma I'm going through right now, and then I need to share that. Why would you need to share that with the world? Share that with your therapist.
I honestly think it started with lip sync videos, and it moved on to TikTok dancing, and then it moved on to whatever this stuff is. And this stuff's been around for a long time. Like I said, there was those guys. They were a group of guys. They would do tours where it wasn't like comedy tours. It was like skit tours, and they would do like, you'd think it was satirical, but it's not. It's like dudes being dead serious, like responding to an active shooter. While I called before, like, it's like, oh
my God, really?
Cringe. It's cringe, as the kids would say.
Yeah. I mean, if I was the head of a department and one of my guys was doing that, I'd be like, you got to cut that shit. That's not going to fly. Cause it's a bad look, man. What is the ultimate goal?
Well, it's self, it's for yourself, like we've talked about it multiple times. When you're dancing in a camera in uniform by yourself, it's all for yourself, right? If you go out there and you skateboard with kids, you pick up a guitar and you play with a band on a call for service, you play basketball with kids, and you're doing something with people, that to me is 100% different than doing something by yourself, because you're doing and you're trying to have a positive impact on people. Although I wouldn't, do some of those things, like get on a skateboard, and if I didn't want to break my back, but there's different ways to do it. Like I said, there's been tons of calls where people went to noise complaints where like teenagers were jamming and the cop picked up the guitar and started playing. Like, that is community policing at its best. Like you said, organic, in the moment, captured by someone else, mind you, not
right.
Yeah.
100%. We had a guy, he's done since been fired, and I think he's actually in jail. He had like a drowning kid call or something like that, and went back to the scene, set up a camera, showed himself like praying over where this kid had drowned in a pool that he couldn't save. The kid had been in the pool for like hours, and just overly dramatic. He was one of those guys. But this dude, like, you getting a second look?
I just can't, dude.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, I
looks
don't
like a-
I don't understand. And like I said, if you're
Have
in
you
law
ever-
enforcement, there's no
Eric, have you
fucking
ever
way.
cried like as an adult? Your face doesn't get like that. Like we've cried, right?
Yeah.
Men cry.
yeah,
It's
I
okay
don't-
for me. You don't get like this. You don't get the cherry red nose like Santa Claus.
I don't personally.
I don't.
Yeah. Have I cried? Like I've had some very emotional podcasts that I've done where I've tears slipped out here and there. But it was in the moment. It wasn't like
Is he driving?
What's that?
He's driving, but he's also resting his head on his arm and
No, he's
looking
not
out the
driving.
window.
He's
No,
not
that
driving.
car's not moving. He's pretending he's driving. Like I said, he's acting.
Look how like this is a bag. Like the shirt looks like a bag of ass. Like look,
He's a
what is this?
canine.
What is this right now? Right? What is this right now?
Right?
Fucking can't.
But he's watching kids leave.
Oh, I see. Like he's looking out the window.
Yeah. Yeah. So
All right, moving on from fat gig. I mean, TikTok cops.
how big is
Ukra-
the super chat to see Tyler Torque in uniform?
Oh, that's never happened, and there's no more uniforms. So
My favorite dancing cop video is I think his name's Tidwell. I think he's not a cop anymore, but he was out in Cali and they did like something in the gym with all the cheerleaders and stuff. They all did like this organized choreography dance, and it was cool. But that was him working with the kids at the school.
yeah, and it's better than that. There's a
Yeah.
lot of points I could pull from that goes, yeah, it's better than that.
I cry every day at 3 when the show ends.
Slated.
Tell your
Let's
son to
talk.
stay off the chat.
Let's talk Russia, Ukraine.
Hell yeah.
It could be stated that Russia is now committing war crimes based off of they had first off, let's cover the most recent. I honestly, dude, I quit covering Iran and the Hormuz and Kyiv and Russia because it's every day. It's the same news every day. It started becoming like Groundhog Day. But there was a significant strike. At least 17 people were killed, officials say, as the country runs desperately low on interceptor missiles that could fend off Russian bombardments. Russia launched its blistering ballistic missile attack on Kyiv and its suburbs before dawn on Wednesday, killing at least 17 people and wounding dozens more. Ukrainian officials said as Moscow takes advantage of Kyiv's depleted air defenses, the attack set off large blazes that filled the skies with smoke as rescue workers faced to find survivors in the rubble of a city that is now largely defenseless against ballistic missiles. It was the third major attack on the capital on the week of Ukraine runs desperately low on interceptor missiles for its Patriot batteries. No thanks. Show for article. The only reliable defense against Russia's most sophisticated missiles. Ballistic missile interceptors could have saved the lives of those killed today, President Zelensky of Ukraine said in a statement, putting the initial death toll at 17. It was very important that our partners understand that delays in supplying them or an unwillingness to provide anti-ballistic systems led directly to such horrific casualties and destruction. The shortage of interceptors has become a wider problem in the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East, drained military stockpiles around the world. Last month, President Trump puts aside plans to escalate attacks on Iran after advisors raised concern about the dwindling American supplies for Patriot missile systems and other munitions. Trump appeared to have provided Ukraine with an alternate path toward improving air defenses when he said last month that the United States would share the technology for producing Patriot missile systems with Kyiv. But later, he backed off that promise, saying, "We have not agreed to that." Whoa, hey.
Whoa. I didn't say that. Did I say that? I didn't say that.
The Ukrainian Air Force said that they had not intercepted any of the 24 ballistic missiles and 4 hypersonic missiles that Russia used in the attack on Wednesday. The Air Force added, why I got your text. Let me read this first. The Air Force added that although it had shot down 98 drones, 17 strikes were recorded. The missiles on Wednesday struck in a matter of minutes, leaving little time for civilians to seek shelter. Oh, man. Had seen people running for shelter as the missile struck the district where he lives. This is just all one guy. Yeah. Let's see what one of our correspondents in Ukraine said. And yes, Trump denied sales of the interceptors to us, as well as the licensing to build them ourselves. Free money for the U.S. So, Trump. It does sound. We've had a lot of people from Ukraine fighting from Ukraine, all Americans on the show. Wyatt is our main consistent contributor. He keeps us up to date on things. If you're just reading the news, it's like, hey, Trump and Zelensky are meeting. Hey, we don't know anything about the meeting. And that's it. That's the news. Where Wyatt is able to tell us, hey, Trump said, no, we're not selling you the missiles. And apparently we're not giving you the licensing to build them yourselves, which would be free money for the U.S. So does Trump want this war to be over? And he doesn't care which side. I don't know. I don't even know really how I feel about this conflict. As to me, it's like Texas and Mexico. Well, no, Texas is a state, though. I would back Texas. It's like Texas and Arizona fighting each other. Like,
right.
I don't. Are they connected? I don't even know.
No, New Mexico's in the way.
There you go. New Mexico is in the way. Yeah. Well, yeah. One of all those states fighting each other for territory. It's like, like I don't have any say in it. I don't live in any of it. And but I really don't know, because I've heard obviously in 2021 or whenever this started, obviously everybody was pro-Ukraine because the Russia, big bad Russia just being Russia. But then a lot of stuff about Zelensky came out and Biden and all that stuff. And then people started arguing that Russia's just doing what they know to do and they will never stop. And it's this is the argument, was that Russia was getting themselves defensively ready to be able to protect themselves against the world. And they need it. I don't know that to be true.
Yeah.
But they also.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm talking.
I was going to say, I would rather have them wrapped up trying to fuck around with Ukraine than trying to plan some shit with China against us. So if they're busy, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Oh, yeah. So little old Ukraine's going to have to tie them up for a couple years while we.
Yeah. So that's my deal with that. And then, this again, psyops, this bullshit about the missiles getting through and them not having enough to intercept. Every time that they use a hypersonic missile, they're only stopping about 25 to 35% of those.
Really?
Yeah. So don't give me that shit that they don't have the interceptors for it. It doesn't matter. The likelihood of you stopping it is nil. Like, you've got barely any chance to stop it as it is. It's an economic war right now is really what it's coming down to. Who's going to be able to outlast who financially? And Russia seems to be.
So the contributor we talked to yesterday said that Russia has lost almost 2 billion guys. Oh, million. Sorry, not billion. That's a lot.
I was going to say, damn.
All of Russia's gone.
Yeah. No. I don't know how many people they have, but 2 billion.
No, they said they've almost lost 2 million soldiers. But then I argued, like, dude, Russia's notorious for having the bodies, maybe not even the munitions to give the bodies, but they've always had the bodies.
Yeah.
And they run you fight or you die from us. So,
there was a great video. They saw a couple of retreating Russian troops. One of them, a drone flies in between them, knocks him down. It doesn't kill him, but the other soldier that was running up behind him sees him, pow, shoots him, and then keeps going.
That was Russia on Russia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We broke that video down. We thought that was Ukrainians tricking them, or Russia's tricking Ukrainians that they were on the same side.
No, they realized he was done and there's nothing they could do for him, and they just offed him.
Whoa, but did he just fell and gave up?
He didn't give up. The first drone that came by, or maybe it was an IED, I can't remember which one, but it jacked him up, and he wasn't going to be able to go anywhere. And I think it was a mercy killing. I mean, it's war. Like
Okay.
the talk, you know, people are like war crimes. What the fuck is a war crime? It's war.
That is true. I think what we're about to show is a war crime, killing. What I can't get down with is targeting innocents. I mean,
I have my own morality. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
going
have
to
your-
do it. I'm with you. But when somebody comes to me and, well, they're committing war crimes, it's war.
yeah,
I can't control the enemy. I can only control how I win wars.
yeah. And sometimes you can't win a war against an enemy that doesn't play by the rules. You have to play by their rules. I mean, the biggest atrocity to mankind could be argued as Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We tend to forget that one in the history books.
Yeah. Yeah. Wood buildings and nukes don't go together.
But yeah, let's play this video. This is a video of a Ukrainian civilian that
Poor guy.
let me see what it says.
Looks like he sells like food out of a van.
Vegetable vendor.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so let's play this. Now, he lived, mind you. I wouldn't be showing this if he died. Reporting saying that he was injured, but he lived.
Jeez, hates poor dude.
But that to me is a war crime, dude. That guy has nothing to do with it. He's not
he's not a combative.
He's not, and he's not. I mean, is he giving the enemy vegetables? I don't know. You know, I don't even know if you can aiding them with fucking cucumbers.
Right.
But that to me is I don't get down with that. And I don't get down with bombing Kyiv like that. Like bombing residential areas. I mean,
yep. And he was fucking with him too. With that drone.
Yeah.
I'm a drone pilot. So like he was just chasing that guy just to have fun with him.
Yeah. And like we talked about before the show, man, you gotta have good cardio to outrun a drone around a car for 15 minutes while that battery dies.
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes to show that Zombieland rules actually live on in real life. Like,
yes,
rule number one, cardio.
Rule number one, cardio.
Yeah.
That or you got to carry around a 12 gauge at all times. So the guy that we had on yesterday, the Ukrainian guy, or the American that was fighting for Ukraine, said that so far the best defense against drones is a 12 gauge shotgun, buckshot.
Yeah, I mean it's like clay shoots, you know, same thing.
Yeah. Do you guys what's your take? I mean, you're in law enforcement in a drone. Me and Mike were talking about is that, you know, in like a major scene, right? So a major scene, you got one residence, major scene, rope, you know, tape. You've got an entire SWAT team out there. You've got detectives out the ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's to stop someone from doing this on our soil? Now, hopefully they can't get the explosives, but what's the protocol? Like now as we have massive groups of law enforcement, should we also, like we have guys on perimeter, like we would have a SWAT guy or patrol out there standing there turned outward while detectives and the rest of the team were doing their thing, but or SWAT brief, you know, you meet up off site a mile away. You still had guys while the team was doing their briefing with detectives and stuff for the guys with warrants and who's in the house. They're sitting duck for a drone to fly in it and just blow them all to smithereens. And now I hear that, you know, like netting guns might be a thing. Like,
I mean, yeah, this is the thing. So right now, the federal government's the only one that can do counter drone tactics. Mainly the FBI is who we lean on when we have special events and stuff like that. So we're always doing some sort of counter drone operations, but we're teaming up with the FBI and Homeland Security to get that done. There's devices out there. There's also like stuff like D-Drone and some of these other companies that have products that can take down, I would say 95% of the mainstream drones out there. to the point where they can just make them land. They know exactly who the operators are, where they're located.
Really?
Now, if they're a homegrown drone where they make it themselves, that's a different story. Those are way more dangerous. Just like you said, getting explosives that's going to be what gets you caught.
Yeah.
Because most people don't have access to explosives. Not that it's impossible. But the Safe Skies Act is coming out. If it hasn't already passed, I haven't heard if it's passed yet. But as soon as that happens, local law enforcement will be able to use counter drone measures as well. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. As soon as counter drone measures come out, there's already devices that can handle the majority of the threat. But I would say we are highly, I'd say we're way underprepared. We're way behind the curve for threats like this. And the stuff that's going on in Ukraine, when the Ukrainians did that like 6-month Trojan horse thing with the drones, and they went and bombed their airstrip, that was the big epiphany I think that we had here stateside for all of our CONUS bases. So
wait, what'd they do?
So the Ukrainians they took a semi-truck looking thing into Russia. I don't even know if the conflict had even kicked off yet.
Okay.
Or maybe it was just getting ramped up or whatever. And it was like a Trojan horse. It was filled with all these drones. And they just left it parked in this abandoned area that nobody would really pay attention to. But it was near the airbase. And then 6 months of it being there, and then they activated it and they threw the drones and they all went over to the airstrip and blew the shit out of their planes. It was pretty brilliant. So,
I'm just putting up a banner so people can know.
I like Nick the Gun Guy.
Nick the Gun Guy is an amazing dude.
He just said, "I really enjoy Erik filling in for Mike. Great content and knowledge, and he's better than Mike." He didn't say that. I said that last part.
And he's better than Mike. Quote.
And he's better than Mike. And better.
No, I mean drones. I just think that anything that's been overseas, a problem overseas, has tended to rear its ugly head here in the States, except for IEDs.
Yeah.
I've never seen an IED
this will
problem.
blow your mind. Just at our prison by us, I think we got I always get this number wrong, and it's a pretty big difference. It was either 300 or 3,000 drones from our local prison of them trying to fly contraband.
Yeah.
Over.
We had a prison guard on for the Bureau of Corrections, and he said the same thing. He's like, that's a major problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got to get, and that's where I learned about the FBI and the counter drone stuff, because they were the ones doing the bulk of the work for us as far as the counter drone work. But it is a big gap in our security right now, and people need to worry about it.
Wyatt, our Ukrainian contributor, further said that's part of the Kherson Safari that I've mentioned before, using civilians as target practice for training pilots. That's fucked up, dude.
God.
That is super fucked up.
That is. I couldn't in good
All right, Ted, go ahead and find a civilian. Any civilian will work. Now, what we're going to work on is left, right.
I need your lateral movements.
Yes, and I need you to circle the van at least 2 times so I can check off that you know how to do a circle.
Yep. All right. He's slowing down, so it's probably a good opportunity now. Our battery's still at about 70%. So if you want to play a little bit longer, you've got time, but this one's a detonate on your time.
Yes, and then as soon as we pass this, we can go to lunch. So guess we're not having vegetables.
What you don't have to worry about is the return to home feature. We're not going to be using that today.
Go ahead and mark that. We Xerox us crossing that off, and we pass out the forms.
Yeah, why is this on the checklist? Return to home. We don't have that. It's a one-way trip.
Yeah, I think not the ability to not get explosives. As much as some people would not like that, I think that's a very, very important thing for our country. I don't really think anybody needs explosives.
Yeah. My worry is about just drones in general, not being able to knock them down, because there's a 400-foot ceiling if you've got your 107, which is your drone, FAA certificate. It's 200 feet for everybody else, generally speaking. But what's to stop people from going at a helicopter, to going after a plane, to going over to airports and just being a menace with them?
Yeah.
That's a huge threat. It doesn't need a bomb on it. It just needs to.
But you said counter drone
drone?
can actually tell who's on the other side of it.
Yes, if it's a formal drone, because everything's got to be attached to an ID.
Like
the
a
way
DJI
that drones are
thing?
today, like you can't set your drone up without it being attached to who you are, where you're at, your age, all that stuff.
Really? So you can't. If I were to go to Best Buy right now and buy a DJI or whatever they're called drone, you gotta in order to set it up.
All the info.
Yeah, we have a drone. Eli's got a drone we haven't used in like 8 years. I wonder if that thing still works.
That's funny. Oh shit.
6 Jedis. What's Eric's favorite shark? So we have a running joke on here. We ask everybody what their favorite shark is. Don't overthink it. It is literally just because they think I have autism and I'm obsessed with sharks.
Oh.
And we had a shark expert on the show, and they fucking were embarrassing me.
I'm gonna have to go with a Mako.
Mako, great choice.
Yeah.
Scary,
They're fucking fast
and agile. They're like the raptor compared to the T-Rex.
Yes. Yeah. Man, and they're I feel like they just have a good tough look to them compared to most of the other sharks. I think the Mako is probably the coolest shark.
You ever seen Deep Blue Sea?
Yes.
Yeah, the main shark was a Mako.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I liked Makos. Tiger shark, bull shark. Those are popular. Nurse shark, that's the one that most people are afraid to swim around. Whale shark, aka Tyler's mom. Like those are all. What
about the greatest shark of them all? Do you know what that one is?
The great white?
The great white. Some would call that the superior shark. And I don't know why they would say that.
It's got the purest genes of the shark family.
FFD says average drones are bad enough. I flew as a flight medic for 5 years, and we had multiple close calls with drones. See, what happens? Like when somebody violates some kind of FFA law, is it FAA or FFA?
FAA, yeah.
FAA law. Do they even investigate that? Like if some retard's in his backyard and getting it close to like the sheriff's office bird, and like, hey, we got a drone, and they try to coordinate, but they can't find him. Like, is that it, or is the feds going to research that?
We're working a federal case. Everything that happens against a drone is a federal case. So we're working a federal case where one was using a laser shining our drone, and then of course our Air 1 unit was out, and so they start shining the Air 1 unit, but we used the drone to locate where Laser Boy was at, and turned out to be a security guard at a. At a FOP, not FOP. Jesus, what do you call the military? Little
MWR.
Yeah, like the
VFW
veteran houses, the veteran places.
VFW.
VFW. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, was that like one of those VFW halls?
Wow, dude, what an idiot,
moron! I know. I tell people, don't fuck with things in the air. You will get federally boned, and they don't play. There's no get out early. We're going to drop this down. Here's the court. Here's the case. Here's what that sentence is. And that's what you're going to get. So they don't play. The FAA is not to be fucked with. And they're making it a point with drones right now. If you looked at FIFA, look at all of the criminal cases that they're bringing up right now.
Wait, so people were bringing
drones just to go fly and see. And there's a restricted flight area. Like, there's a lot that goes into drones. That's why if you're going to fly one, I highly recommend you get your license.
I heard it's hard, dude. I heard that test is extremely hard.
It is. I've got a dual master's degree, not to brag. It didn't make me a better cop, but I can tell you right now, taking that test was harder than any test I took in my master's program.
They had this grand idea, right? So SWAT obviously uses drones more than anybody could even imagine, the amount of drones that, and SWAT typically are knuckle draggers, right? Now they will find the guys on the team that are tech savvy, and most teams now have like a tech whether or not they have robots. A lot of robots stay with the bomb crew, but on big call outs, they're using tech, whether or not it's SWAT that's using it all or SWAT mixed with other specialized units. But man, they sent these fucking knuckle draggers, dude. They were on their like third time. They're like, I have to pass this time. Like these guys just couldn't pass it. They're like, do you have no idea how hard this test is?
Yeah, I used ChatGPT. So not during the test, you can't. It's all regulated. But I used it to study. I told ChatGPT, hey, I'm gonna be trying to get my 107. I don't know anything about drones. Run me through the curriculum if you were to put this on as a class, and then give me memory hooks so I can do this. And it would give me practice tests, practice questions, all that stuff. And I did that at work because it was for work, and did that for about 4 months, and I felt really confident. And then I went and took the test, and you only need a 70 to pass. I got a 75, so whoop, whoop.
I'll take it. I'm a cop now. I don't need to prove nothing.
No, yeah, dude. The first 20 questions, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm fucked. I don't know any of it. It was all about weather. Like, you got a cold front coming off of a lake over the land, and it's 70 degrees out. What type of fog will you get? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow, is it multiple choice?
It is multiple choice.
All right, at least you got a shot.
You do got a shot. And I'm just telling you, because it's not just about drones. It's basically your private license to fly, like a single engine plane.
Well, we've got we're not going to get into your history. I promise that I wanted to save that for Life Raft podcast. But obviously, we've got a lot of dudes watching that aspire to have their own shows or have their own shows. I wanted to ask you about, how you utilize data on your YouTube, because we actually have guys on our team who are in our data daily.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of gay, but they're entrenched in our YouTube analytics, trying to figure out best routes and courses of action for them. And you said that you've been utilizing your data and utilizing ChatGPT to help weaponize the data that you have. So, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So essentially what I did was I went and screenshotted every single platform I have that has an analytics section to it. So YouTube obviously does, Facebook, Instagram do, TikTok does, but I'm also on Clapper and LinkedIn and Rumble. Rumble and Clapper, they don't have any analytics for them. X, you have to pay for it. I don't pay for X. So I didn't use X's analytics, but I took all the analytics off the stuff that does have it, and I put it into ChatGPT, and I told it, I was like, hey, you're my SEO now. Can you look at my analytics and tell me what I'm doing well? Tell me where I'm weak. What do I need to do? Because I use ChatGPT for so much of my podcast stuff. It knows what my mission is. It knows what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. So I just took all that stuff, and it was like, well, here's what you've got in the last year. And I just did a post recently that showed my analytics over the last year. And the truth behind that post was, one, it's just amazing to see. It was kind of cool. And I wanted to share that with everybody that's helped me grow. And then the other part was, I was hoping some sponsors might see that and be like, that's worth investing in. Look what he's done in this year. So if you got any sponsors out there, hit a brother up.
Oh man, I can get you in touch with some people.
Because this shit costs money.
Yeah. We, like I said, we have two guys right now. One was watching, and I know the other one's watching. I don't know who likes to play Secret Squirrel or not. I think the Mr. Donut, he's on Counterculture Gaming. He is actually a donut. He has figured out a way to 3D make himself a donut that follows his face around. He games as a donut. He's actually very, very smart, and he is teaming up with our analytics guy, and they're trying to figure out the best way for us to grow outside of just hard work, which I told them, like, I can do the hard work. I can do the intensive labor. I can do the posting, the consistency, the networking, the engagement, the organic stuff. I can do all day, but utilizing your analytics and also utilizing the platforms. And even if it's like, I've heard good things about YouTube ads.
Really?
compared to meta ads. I have only
Hmm.
used meta ads for product that I was trying to sell, and I haven't had the best luck in that yet. But I think utilizing Google, YouTube, and meta ads, which Google and YouTube are the same thing, but those style ads is probably more effective. And I can speak this from experience than using a traditional marketing company. I think those guys are obsolete. They're on their way out. And you just can't fight AI, even though they try to utilize AI. Like,
Yeah.
you just can't fight what AI can tell you in 10 seconds your best route to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's essentially what I've done. And I've been using it over a year now. And even without it, my growth has always gone up, but
Yeah.
it's measurable that it's gone up more since I've been using ChatGPT and I used Gemini before as well.
What do you do to rate your overall show growth? So, Two Cops, One Donut as an entity. And I'm talking YouTube, I'm talking Instagram, I'm talking every platform. Those numbers are going to fluctuate by the day, by the season, by the episode.
Mhm.
One might do it like we had a stint last week where I posted about PTSD, people that use PTSD service dogs being pussy. We lost like 200 Instagram followers because of that. Like, dead serious. We lost two. I watched it go down in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, our YouTube was showing a lot of growth. So,
Yeah.
how do you actually calculate quantitatively the growth for your show overall?
So I take each platform individually. That's the first thing I do, and it's always over time. I don't care episode to episode, because like I told you, it's kind of like the stock market. You're gonna ebb and flow. You're gonna go up and down all the time. But if you look at your investments over a year, over 2 years, over 3 years, it should steadily keep growing if you're doing it right. So that's what I've done is I take each platform and I look at it for a year. And then I also do all of them together. Obviously, if all of them are growing individually, then the whole thing's grown. But then I compare them and see like which one grew faster. And then I really start to break down the micros, like what grew and why. So then I can start to figure out, like, I know full well on like Facebook, for instance, all of my shorts and reels that I made that were under 45 seconds, that made my Facebook grow. Anything longer did not help my Facebook grow.
Really?
It's a very short attention span platform.
That's all boomers, dude.
Right. But then on YouTube, my mid content is what made me grow better. Where my stuff was 8 to 15 minutes long.
Now, were they released as videos? Because they can't be shorts, right?
They're not shorts. Now, shorts are a part of what helps me grow as well. I don't want to sit there and say one is mutually exclusive, but it's a combination factor. I wasn't doing mid-length videos up until this year. And then I started doing it, and I can watch I gain, I would say, maybe 10 people a day on YouTube. That to me is great growth.
That's amazing growth.
Yeah. And my organic views are huge. That's what I really like, is seeing organic views. So that's how I recommend you use the AI, is ask it, like, not just, what are my numbers, but what are you seeing that is good? What's the positive of our growth, of our analytics right now? And it'll tell you, like, it's not just that you're getting people to click on it, because that doesn't make a difference. You can get clicks and follows, but are you getting repeat customers? Are you getting people that are there to watch organically? Is YouTube sharing your shit? And that's where I'm really capitalizing and doing well, is every platform shares the fuck out of me. The one thing I hear from everybody, dude, I always see your stuff. Like, and they're like, I don't even click on it sometimes, but I see your stuff.
Craziest thing about, I don't know about us, is that maybe something ChatGPT could help with, but every reel on Instagram is like 85% non-followers.
That's great.
Well, that sucks, because we have 72,000 followers, and apparently fucking two of them are seeing it.
Don't worry about that. You want non-followers to see your stuff. That means your reach is great. That's what you want. You're not going to convert everybody. But if you want to improve your odds, you need to have it be more non-followers than followers.
what I've realized is that the cool thing, we covered it. I was kind of nerdy about it, but MySpace is coming back, is going to be an anti-algorithm platform.
I know, I'm excited.
And we talked about how on the show, like, I mean, Mike wasn't really paying attention because this stuff he doesn't care about it. But we talked about, like, you'll have your numbers, your followers the only thing it really does is give you credibility if you organically earn them. That means somebody clicked follow. However, it does not mean that any of those people are seeing your content, right? And so it used to be, when social media happened, or YouTube, when everything started, is like, if you had 1,000 followers, most of those 1,000 people saw it because they subscribed to you. But as everything grew, that became fucking impossible to do. And they also wanted to focus on people aspiring to be creators. So they really pushed for viral content. And then as viral content grew, that's the only thing that you see. And so out of their, they want to grow as platforms. So they're pushing viral content to you that you didn't subscribe to over people that you subscribe to. So you're following, although it is a good it's a good flex, because again, as long as you didn't buy them, many people said, I will subscribe, I will click one button for the show.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily mean, and you can look at our video sections on YouTube, because we went away from special forces stuff last year, our YouTube algorithm has no idea what the fuck's going on, because we went from years of pre-recorded content and built it up and really fell on the special forces side of the house to live content and no special forces stuff. Our algorithm is like, dude, what is going on right now?
Yeah, you and I are in the same boat, because I did the same thing. Mine was all pre-recorded stuff because I'm an active cop, and I was really nervous about going live and doing the wrong thing and possibly getting fired, and I didn't want that to happen. So I got more confident, and then I switched over to doing live streams, and they are easier. Yeah, Freeman's talking about, that's the mid-length videos that I've been doing. I call it the gray area.
You're just taking portions of your shows and turning them into the video section, right?
No, it's a totally different thing that I'm doing.
What is that? What are you doing?
So the gray area is taking like a hot topic, like I did defund the police, and I addressed, because I'm trying to get both. The whole point of my podcast is to bridge the gap, and I'm an educator by heart. So what I did was I took like defund the police, and I broke it down on each side of the house, and tried to help cops understand where the defund movement was coming from, and that they did have valid points, and there were things about it that they need to know, and then vice versa. Here's the problem with the defund movement for those that want to defund police. Like, this is where the rub was at, and why that shit didn't work. And so I broke it all down like that. And I try to do it in about an 8 to 15 minute talk.
But these are totally separate from your live shows.
Yes. These are pre-recorded.
Okay.
Yep.
That's did you notice when you went live and you didn't throw any recorded videos on there, pre-recorded videos, did you notice the algorithm kind of like gave up on you and you had to like earn it back?
Yes.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you got to think too. You've got, like, for me, my podcast is long as fuck. Like, it was 2-3 hours long. I added some episodes that were 4 hours long. Nobody sits down and watches 2, 3, 4 hours of YouTube for a podcast normally. That's pre-recorded, because they can't participate. That's the difference. So I had almost a year, maybe a little bit longer, of me doing these long ass episodes, and nobody got to partake on that. So then I switched over to doing the lives, and so that your analytics are crawling out of that hole of people, because you got to consider what a view is.
Yeah,
a view is watching the majority of something. Well, nobody
really. I thought it was just 30 seconds.
No, not necessarily. No, not. I don't think they translate the same way for a live versus a pre-recorded.
Oh, so a pre-recorded has to be more or less than a live?
Pre-recorded has to be more.
Okay.
So that's why 8, 10, 15-minute videos tend to do better, because people will stick around for that if it's good.
Well, they will, because they're like, I don't have 33 minutes. What I do have, I have 7.5 minutes right now. Like I have that. I'm waiting on something. It's intimidating when you open up a video with a badass thumbnail and a cool topic and you're like, hour, 20 minutes. Like I'm going to forget to finish it. Like, ugh. And then you see something with a cool topic and you can get it done in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah. And then the other thing that's really helped is YouTube's allowed us to now do vertical and horizontal on lives. So you could, I put out both, and that made my live stream views go way up real quick to where we're getting, I would say on average 2,000 views for that live stream.
Wow, that's
which
really
is great.
good.
Yeah. So that helped out a lot too. So make sure you're doing both. Don't just do
both. Do both of them.
Both of them. Welcome to Earth.
We're the same age, so I'm gonna get all of your movie references. Yeah, guys. So I mean, if you everybody in the anti-hero crew, the 99%, Erik goes live every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central.
Yes, sir.
So go support him. It has absolutely no conflict of interest to us. In fact, total opposite of us at night on the weekend. And anybody from the Two Cops, One Donut camp, we go live every day, Monday through Friday. Well, not every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. It's a radio show style format. Much like this, Erik did a fantastic job of co-hosting this broadcast today. I'm super proud.
buddy.
I asked him. Eric's mom, if you want to watch us every day, I don't think Erik will care.
She'd be good. Nice. Just looking at the poll that we did, I said, would you ever subscribe to the Anti-Hero podcast? And we've got a 53% said that they would subscribe on our poll, but it doesn't tell me out of 17 votes.
Man, so 47% said no.
Yeah.
They probably use PTSD service dogs.
One of your people on there said, what does Erik think about First Amendment assholes or something like that?
We do the auditors all the time.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like my view because I like them.
Mike loves them.
I love
Mike. Mike loves them, and Mike works with the Long Island auditor a lot. I say work.
Yep.
They talk back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the difference between we have Dominic Izzo on our show a lot, who's very brass, and
I'm friends with Dom. Yep.
Everybody agrees that Long Island auditor is what's needed because they offer to teach law enforcement. And law enforcement is not taking them up on that in general, where you have, unfortunately, I've spoken to him a couple times and he's invited me on his show. Delete Laws is essentially like an anarchist. Like he wants nothing. He wants no peace between law enforcement.
Nope.
And to me,
I had to
he
block
kind of
that
sounds
dude.
like he sounds kind of like a communist. Like I just want to bring down the country. And I say this all the time. The destruction of nuclear family and the division between law enforcement and the people it serves is 2 steps already done by the Soros communist movement. So, but that's all he wants. He doesn't want.
Yeah, that's a whole other. And there's levels to these First Amendment auditors. I like the ones that their mission is to expose, what is a gap in law enforcement training. It really is, and that's what I give First Amendment auditors credit for. Now, there's ones that have certain styles I don't care for. I don't like the ones that are trying to rage bait and fuck yous and just obscene. I like the Jeff Grays out there and the guy that just holds up a sign that says, God bless our homeless vets or God bless our veterans. And he says nothing, and you'll get cops that arrest him. It's crazy. Long Island Audit's another good one. Auto the Watchdog, another great one. There's just so many good auditors out there exposing us cops screw up what I consider a very easy free speech, but it exposed the big gap. Okay, Tyler, I know we don't have much time, but just real quick,
I own the show, Erik. We can say as long as we want.
That's true. As long as you've been a cop, how much constitutional training did you get after the academy?
None. And even we even talked about that. It was the academy. It was constitutional law somewhat, but it was like literally, if maybe not even a week of covering, like, you ask a cop right now about the amendments, about anything about the Constitution, and it's like,
yeah, ask them just the 5 elements of the First Amendment. And they're like, oh, well, it's freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and then they fall apart. And that's about as far as it gets. And that's because we don't have any sort of continuous training on the Constitution, and you swore a fucking oath to it. and you don't have any clue. And like you and I, we swore an oath twice, military and as cops. And I think it's the culture of policing versus the culture of the military. When you fucked up in the military, what's out of everybody's mouth right away? That's a taxpayer's broom. That's a taxpayer's this. That's a like everything came back to the taxpayer and the Constitution.
Yep.
And that's not that way in policing.
I will say this: if you're a dumb cop, call your you call the supervisor for everything else.
Yep.
On these where you're like, something feels weird about arresting this guy that's not doing anything. I'm sure your supervisor would rather you call them and them lecture you on not knowing it and provide you the source material you need to get better at that than you arresting somebody and then causing a lawsuit for your agency.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And I, as a supervisor and as the guy that you are supposed to call, I'm not in patrol anymore, but when I was, I told all my guys, like, if it's a sovereign citizen, whatever it is, fucking call me.
Yeah.
Don't do this stuff on your own. You don't need to. You know, now I get it for these larger agencies where they're out in BFE and it takes forever to get there. Like, it's got to be reasonable that the supervisor can get there.
Yeah.
So, what else you got, boss?
We took it right up to 3. Okay, cool. It was Jay talking about the Life Raft podcast.
Oh, okay.
He was saying that he already posted the thing we talked about. But tonight on the Counterculture Inc. YouTube is Hot Topic with Copville at 7. So hopefully he's done with his field trip and he has prepared his show for the day. And he'll have some content out there from that. And then after that is Health and Fitness Counterculture Inc. With Anthony Shefferly. So he'll be on there at 8 o'clock. And then tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, baby. Anti-Hero Broadcast is back. I hope to see some 2 Cop 1 Donut people in there. And on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 2 Cops 1 Donut. That almost sounded weird. 2 Cops 1 Donut will be live Sunday night. I hope to see some of the 99% in there. Our merge of the Discord we did was phenomenal. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
We got everybody together from our camps and did a Discord for the UFC fight. That was a really good time. So
yes.
Until then, tomorrow, 1 p.m., Sunday night, 8 p.m. Catch us both. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, Eric.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. It's been fun.
All right. Waiting on my.
JV team for life.